A Looney Tunes cartoon character, first seen in 1949, is back on the big screen. The cunning, wily Coyote returns alongside Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck and the Tasmanian Devil in a comedy about a court case.
Have you been horribly injured by a product made by the Acme Corporation?
It's not your fault. There's probably someone to blame.
The name of the case is Coyote Vs Acme.
Wile E. Coyote. He is reckless.
That's American actors Will Forte and John Cena there. Wile E. Coyote versus Acme is out in UK cinemas today. Let's speak to Jamie Skinner, film journalist, keeps us up to date with everything we need to know about films going on in our cinemas at the moment. So, Jamie, what do you make of this one? Does it look any good, do you think?
I think it looks great, and it's mad that it almost never got released in cinemas, as you say. I'm really looking forward to seeing this.
Well, tell me the story of that, because it's a strange. You sort of imagine that these big blockbusters, the sort of films, these ones that come from America, kind of get suggested, they get pitched, they get the go-ahead, and then they just happen. But it's not quite as simple as that.
Not quite. So it was about 3 years ago, Warner Bros. Just decided that a number of their films they were going to either delete, lock in a vault, however you want to call it, and put them as tax write-offs. Their idea was we can make more money or less of a loss if we just make them tax write-offs. So this was a big one of them. They cancelled a Batgirl movie starring Leslie Grace and Brendan Fraser that was in production. A sequel to Scoob. I remember seeing the day after they announced it was cancelled, the composer took a picture from Abbey Road Studios of the orchestra doing the score, and they basically said, well, we hired the place, we've paid everyone, we might as well still do it. So those films were completed, or most of them were completed. And they're never going to see the light of day. So Coyote vs. Acme, a huge campaign. Eric Bowser, who voices Bugs Bunny, a number of the Looney Tunes characters, did a big thing at the Animation Awards, the Annies, about releasing it. And Ketchup Entertainment, who had saved another Looney Tunes film. Earlier this year, we got the fully animated The Day the Earth Blew Up. They completed that. They finished the animation, released that. They've done pretty much the same thing here, but they've just got the distribution rights to a completed film and they've released it because people worked on this film. Even if it's not going to be a good film, or even if people don't like it, at least those who made it and put all that time and effort and billions of dollars into it, at least their work is out there and going to be seen. It's not just going to be deleted and put in the back of a cupboard.
Incredible to me that these sorts of films, with all the effort that goes into the start, then they just think, nah, we'll write that one off. So do you, I know you haven't seen it, do you genuinely think this could be worth seeing, or is it just going to be a sort of a passion project of these actors who maybe, fancied it because they'd already started it?
I genuinely think it's going to be a good film. I hope it will be. The reviews so far have been, it's actually pretty good. And I think the trailer looks quite funny.
Okay, good. And this is what I want. If it's got Looney Tunes, you want it to be funny, don't you? It has been really busy, actually, this summer for films. Odyssey obviously came out. There's the new Spider-Man film, and we know that there's a link to Somerset there. I spoke to the guy who does the CGI Spider-Man bits, who lives in Oak Hill near Shepton Mallet. What have been your highlights? Toy Story 5, of course, as well. What have been your highlights?
I wasn't expecting Minions and Monsters to be as cine literate as it was. I quite enjoyed that for what it was.
Great.
Many people will have said the Odyssey, though, and as a cinematic spectacle, absolutely the Odyssey.
I love that. The Minions and the Odyssey. I tell you what, there's a mashup that we all want to see. The Minions on the Odyssey with, going and travelling through everything that they did, but all in Minions. It's a bit like, you could do almost a Muppets Odyssey as well. That would be quite fun. So what about the coming months as we get into sort of autumn? What's to come and what are you looking forward to?
I think, well, obviously Coyote vs. Acme was what I was looking forward to, but Digger, starring Tom Cruise, the new Iñárritu film, who's never exactly been the critic's darling, but I've quite liked his films and he gets awards. But Tom Cruise, as a man who basically has to try and save the world because his own kind of fracking situations have got out of hand and are leading to disaster. And it looks a little bit Strangelove, a little bit Coen's. I cannot wait for that. And then obviously we get into award season. We've got Avengers Doomsday, Dune Part 3, all at the end of the year. December's going to be a crammed month as well.
Okay. Jamie, thank you very much. We'll look forward to it. I need to get into the cinema a bit more. It's been a summer, very hot summer. We're expecting it to be, as we're hearing about El Nino, a windy and wet autumn, so maybe a good time to get to your cinema locally. Jamie Skinner.